underrated about like a steak sandwich, but you got to get it just right.
Mm.
You've got to because you can't have it too thickly sliced because at that point you've got the thickness of the steak coming through and
Yep.
the bread, and then that becomes a little bit too
Yeah.
bitey,
Too bitey.
So
Yeah.
like steak, you cook it on like a medium, slice it thin,
Yeah.
and then you got sort of a couple of little toppings, maybe a sauce. Hello, stream, by the way. You've got us in the middle of a conversation about our favourite sandwiches. Crystal, what's your favourite sandwich?
Okay, this might be like super stereotypical because I'm Italian. I live in Italy, obviously. I love me a good chicken parm. Like it's so good when you get the sauce portions right. Like I know you're talking about the chewiness and everything too. The chicken has to be done just right, you know. Well, you have to do chicken right, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it's overbreaded, sometimes it's just like too thick. There's something going on. The sauce has to be right, the cheese has to be right, and it just needs to be like a nice squishy bun. Fresh bun, not any of this Subway yoga mat garbage that is out there. Like a fresh bun. That's my favorite.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't always go squishy on the bun. I tend to I like a
Oh, I
crunchy
like
like
squish.
baguette vibe. Like
No, you cut your mouth,
give me a
man.
bit
I
of
don't know.
give me a bit of bite. Like I want food that bites me back. I don't want food that's
True.
just like, yeah, I'm going to be your food. I want food that's like, fuck you. If you're going to eat me, I will be delicious, but you got to put the work in. And
Puts up the
that's
fight.
you
Yeah.
know.
That's fair.
Hello, stream. As you can probably tell, I'm avoiding talking about the thing that we very much need to talk about during this stream. It's been a while since you've been on, hasn't it,
Yeah.
Crystal?
Yeah. There were really
And
good vibes last time. I'm not really feeling that right now from you.
there were
So you're
really
gonna
good
have to
vibes last
update
time.
me.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking that the last time we talked was after the Sheffield United match, where we'd had two
Mm,
comebacks in the space of like a week, and
yes.
it was really good, and the energy was fantastic, and everyone was really happy. That's gone.
Oh,
That dissolved fairly sharpish. Um, so immediately after that, we played against West Brom, and we drew 1-1.
mm,
Which, fine, okay. You've come out of like the two hardest matches of the season. You've got into a very difficult match. You've drawn, but that's okay. Next up, play against Portsmouth. I'm heading down to London to watch a different football match, but I'm managing to find myself like a sports bar in London to watch the Leeds match. And I was
okay,
like, cool,
fun.
this is great. It's a nice little new experience. I don't drink at all, so I'm very much out of my element here. But on the
Yeah.
bright side, it's a lunchtime kickoff, which means that, like,
Ooh,
no one's too pissed. I can have conversations with people, including another
gonna
guy
have a
called Joe.
sandwich.
I, I could have had a sandwich. I didn't end up having a sandwich,
Oh,
which
darn.
is, I know, it's really annoying. But we lost,
Okay.
which was not good. And 3 days
Can I
later, we
ask a
played against.
question?
Go.
The bar that you were at, were there other fans of Leeds in there?
Yes, so the Leeds supporters group in London had booked out the sports bar thing for a couple of hours that morning. And it was a really nice atmosphere, a really nice vibe. It was great.
Sick.
Um, However, we lost,
Mm.
so the good vibes went away fairly quickly, which is a bit of a shame. But then we beat Millwall, and we're like, cool, we're past the blip. That's all good. We're going back to it again. Then we played
Yeah.
against QPR, which we drew 2-2, starting by going 2-0 down. And then we come back into it, and it's all looking fairly okay. But we end up not getting a winner in that match, which is a shame. That match, by the way, I think that's the one where we definitely should have had a penalty, or it's Portsmouth, one of the two.
Mm.
Dan James just gets belted through the back of the calf,
Oh,
and the referee's just like, "Sorry, mate, I didn't see that." But that's fine. We'll talk about how we tend to get robbed by referees all the time. And
mhm.
there's actually a conspiracy going on about it right now with various theories flying all over the shop. We'll talk about that at some other point. And then our most recent match was against Swansea, which we
Okay.
drew 2-2.
What is with these draws right now?
I don't know,
I don't
but
like that.
yeah, but as positivity goes on these streams, normally I like to be quite good at doing that.
Mm.
What have you got for us? Let's have something. In the meantime, I need to mute my mic for a minute because I'm getting a
Okay.
phone call.
Okay. So I'm going to talk for a minute here. So, positivity vibes. This is actually some fresh, good news that I'm going to hit you guys with right now. As you see, I'm wearing my 49ers hat because this is the 49ers faithful in Italy repping all the time. I last year got to go cover an incredible event. It was called the Dwight Clark Legacy Series. Um, it's for Dwight Clark. He passed away, unfortunately, a while ago, but he had ALS, and ALS is super important to me because my sister in law's dad passed away from it too. And we've done walks and charity events for him in the past. And so I wanted to go and be media at this event. I got accredited last year, and it was just like regular accreditation, normal media. This year, I'm going again to the same event in San Francisco. Well, actually, it's San Jose, but I'm flying into San Francisco, and I'm going to be VIP media this time. So I get to be in the area with all the players and like actually like schmooze and do my thing and meet some really cool journalists that I've looked up to for a very long time and do some cool content and interviews. And that is going to be on May 21st. So I'm super, super excited for that. And I'm literally flying in like the day before, going to the event on the Wednesday, and then flying out on the Thursday. It's going to be a very quick situation. I don't know if I'll even adapt to the time zone. Hopefully not, actually, because it's kind of a bitch to readapt. But yeah, it's an amazing event. I'm excited. That's my big news.
Good.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Always good vibes.
Yeah.
Also, I hear there's another thing that you're flying into somewhere for at some point in the next few months, isn't there?
Oh, yes. July 20th. There's kind of this Creator Cup thing going on. I don't know if you've heard of it, Joe. Have you heard of
I
it?
did. I heard something about it. I don't know all the details, so you might have to go to someone else for that. But
I
this
think
thing's
you're the
good.
dude, though. I think you're the guy organizing the whole thing. Man, I watched a bit of the stream last night, and like the end of it was really, really sweet because the other Joe was giving you props and like kind of pumping you up for all that you've done and like getting this off the ground. So I think everyone should give you like your praise. You've done this, man. This is incredible.
Can everyone please stop being nice to me? I've promised myself that I won't get all emotional around it until like after the thing, because
Yeah.
until after the thing, I've not done the thing, so it doesn't
Okay.
count
But
yet.
you're currently doing the thing. You
I
know? It's happening.
I'm preparing to do the thing,
Yeah.
and then the thing will hopefully be done, and at that point, I'll give myself time to have a little bit of a cry. But
Yeah.
until then, I'm holding. I'm just sturdy, sturdy. That'll do
I
it.
can cry with you. Don't worry. I'm a
Okay,
good
that's fine.
crier. I've done a lot of that in my life.
Let's have a quick dip through the chat and see what has been said thus far. We've got Danny who says, Good morning. Good morning, Danny.
Morning.
Adam says he just got his Creator Cup t shirt this morning. Good quality, good
Woo!
fit, good job. Oh, nice. Thank you. I've not even got one of those yet.
I need to get
Um,
one. Yeah.
I've got a form to send you.
Okay.
You get a different one, but it's a deliberately different one. It's fine.
Okay, done.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like all the draws either. It's a bit horrible. And Danny says it'd be nice to meet you at the Creator Cup. And Jonesy says he will give me a cuddle after the match. Oh, thank you. I'll take all the cuddles that are available. I'm a hugger.
It's
Anyway,
a big cuddle puddle.
a big cuddle puddle. That's what we'll call it. So 7 matches to go in the season. Are you
That's
still
it?
7? Yep.
Oh my God.
That's all we've got.
Ah,
And we're equal on points with one of the teams that we probably need to beat on points. We do have the positive of the 2 teams that we are racing for promotion having to play against one another. So
okay, that's
nice.
good. Yep.
That means at least one of them is going to drop some points.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in like 3 or 4 weeks' time, or like 5.
It's gonna come right down to the wire. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep. It's oh, I don't.
As you would say, spooky season.
It is spooky season. Yeah, it's sort of a permanent spooky season because being a Leeds fan is just never ending. It's just constant. It doesn't go away. So how are you enjoying your first promotion race?
It's feeling okay. Like, you know what? I'm kind of upset because I feel like you hyped it up so much that no, actually you kept it a little humble. But I like at one point when we did a stream, I can't remember, not the last one, maybe the one before that. I was like, we got this. We're in the bag. We're at number 1. We're no problem. This is great. But I still feel really confident. I don't know. I'm just such a person that's so optimistic in everything that I love and put my faith into. So like I feel like every year, like for example, every year, every offseason, I'm always like, Niners are winning the Super Bowl next year. Like, this is our year. It's our year. And this is how I feel about Leeds. I'm like, you know what? We're going to get promoted just because there's been a couple draws and everything. At least it's not full on losses, right? Like, a loss is
Yeah.
terrible. A draw just means, you know what? You just need a little more oomph. And the annoying part is like, if a game could have been changed because of a referee, that's not fair. That's not great. So, you know what? In those situations, there's nothing maybe we could have done because the refs wanted to do the ref thing anyways, those damn zebras. So I'm still optimistic that we're going to get up there. I don't know. Top 2 go up, right?
Top 2 go up, and then third is the playoffs. And
Okay.
you remember the state the playoffs had me in last year.
We don't like that.
No, nope.
So we're not
My
even going to
brother.
put that energy out there. We're not going to talk
No,
about the
absolutely
playoffs
not.
because we're going to be 1 or 2. I'll take 2. If we don't get 1, I'll take 2. 2
Yeah,
is a good number.
as long as it's not third or lower,
Yes.
then
We
it's
do not
fine.
like 3.
Mengsu has made a very good point. You're equally optimistic about everything, so this isn't like extra optimism to give us further hope. If you're always optimistic, then, like, to quote Syndrome from The Incredibles, you're never optimistic.
True. Ooh, that's kind of...
No, don't say true. True means that you're agreeing that this isn't a good time.
No,
Oh, no.
I know, but like that kind of hits actually. Like that quote, like
No.
it's a big quote. Like there's deepness in there, man, depth. I don't know. No, I'm still optimistic. Look, I want to say we're going to be 1 because 1 is the best, obviously, but second's pretty cool too. So we'll take 2.
Yeah.
I think we take 2 no matter what.
Anything to get us out of the stupid league
Yeah.
is what I'm going to say.
But can I hit you with another optimism bomb?
Oh, hold on, there's a pun there. You hit the bomb, and I will think of the pun.
Okay, so the bomb is that this stupid league is when I started following this team. Like I fell in love with this team as they've been in this stupid league. So I like this stupid league. It's a good stupid league. Obviously, we want to be in the better stupid league, but I like this one.
Yeah.
It was love at first stupid league. Oh, that was a lot of stupid leagues in there.
Right. Have you seen the DreamWorks film Flushed Away?
No.
Okay. Very, very good film. Made
Okay.
by Aardman, the lot that do Wallace and Gromit.
Oh,
But
yes. Love them.
the plot of the film is Roddy St. James is a rat who lives in the posh side of London.
Yeah.
Roddy St. James gets flushed down a toilet and has to live with the sewer rats for a while. And he eventually comes to love his life as a sewer rat and decides to stay there forever. I don't want to stay in the sewer.
Oh.
There's a nice palace up there. We're 7 matches away from living in a nice shiny palace. Don't flush us back down the fucking toilet. No.
What's the guy's name? The little rat?
Oh, it's Roddy St. James, but played by Hugh Jackman, who does a very, very
love
good
Hugh
English accent.
Jackman.
Yeah.
Oh, Roddy St. James. Okay, that's a cute little name. We're not gonna be him. Don't worry. We're gonna live in the palace. Don't. I got you for the vibes. I feel like you're slipping a little bit. It's hard to see.
It's for the majority of my stuff, I like to be on the sort of positive side of things and it'll be fine. But in the past week or so, because as you will know as well, I've done my best, to back the goalkeeper because I know it's hard to be a goalkeeper. Jesus. I don't have the words for how bad the thing he just did was.
No. What did he do? Explain it.
Oh,
I don't understand goalkeepers, man.
I don't have the words to explain it, so I might just have to show you and potentially take the copyright hit on this video.
Okay.
So it was Swansea match. Where are we? Where are you, Ilan? You donkey. I've done my best to back this guy for so long, but he's making it so difficult at this point. I can't. Right, where are we? What's League One then? Following the sewer to the sewage plant? Yeah, basically, like if you go below the sewage, that's the incinerator. That's where your dreams burn. But let's just have a look at this and tell me what you would have done differently in this situation.
Okay. Are they going to bring it in a little bit? How did that even happen?
Yeah, I wondered that at the time as well. Because you see here how he's
Yeah.
basically caught the ball and no one's around him.
Yeah. Okay. What changed? There he is. Yep. Oh my God.
He just drops it. It just.
I feel like if I dropped it, I would have like got down real fast and tried to at least like not let it go through my fucking legs.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I would have done. I wouldn't have dropped it, maybe.
Yeah. At this point, I just go, I've caught the football. I'm going to keep the football.
Dude, this is like nerves, man. I don't understand what's going on here. He doesn't even look like he belongs in this league. Sad. That's mean, but you know what I mean? Like, he looks like a high school student right there. What are you doing? Catch the ball. It's in your hands. How do you drop that? Butterfingers. Can we call him that from now on?
Absolutely, yeah. I had a bet with my chat after that. That was because that happened on Saturday. I play football on Mondays.
This is fresh.
Oh, this is very fresh.
Yeah.
I play football on Mondays.
You still doing that thing? That's cool.
Yeah. And I had a bet with my chat that I also am a goalkeeper on Mondays.
Oof.
And the bet that I made was, if any balls like that come in, I bet you that I don't drop simple stuff like that. And you know what? I didn't.
Good.
Because it's
Put
so
him in,
easy.
coach. I feel like you could do a better job than him at this point.
You just hold the ball. That's all you have to do.
Oh, that sucks, man.
But
it was his whole like situation. Everything that his body was doing didn't make sense to me. I feel like he forgot that he was playing football.
Which I'd call probably a bad thing if you're a footballer.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that you don't forget. That's the thing where you go, oh yeah, that's my job. I should keep doing that.
Yeah.
On the subject of jobs and keeping doing that, specifically annoyed at Mr. Donald Trump recently, for very obvious reasons. Fun fact, this morning I woke up to find out that I have had a 3% real terms pay cut due to the devaluation of the dollar.
Oh, man.
So cheers, buddy. God. Watching that back.
I will say that like the American dollar is doing way better than the Canadian right now. And like I get my money turned into Canadian and goes into my Canadian accounts. So like I'm looking okay. It's like actually kind of nice.
Yeah, you're in a way better situation than like me and the other like British co-workers that I don't want to specifically name, because you're going from a devalued currency into an even more devalued currency.
Yeah, I know. Canada's not great right now. Poor guys.
I love that North America's just gradually setting itself on fire. What are you doing over there, lads? Please.
I'm glad I don't live there right now, honestly, because it just it's a dumpster fire. It's exactly that.
That's where you end up if you get relegated from the sewer. Eventually, like the next one is the incinerator, and then the next level down is America. And at that point, you've got to move over.
Oh boy, I do love Americans though. They're great people. They're funny.
I don't know if you missed it, but it's not just Canada anymore. It's everywhere.
Literally.
It's not great. That's a point. Have you seen Birmingham? Not Alabama.
Birmingham, no.
Oh, we've got a city called Birmingham. You don't want to go to Birmingham. Birmingham's not a place you want to be.
What?
It's a bit
obviously
of a
I've never even thought to go there. I feel like it doesn't sound like a nice place.
No, it's all right.
What's there? Anything to do?
Not much.
Tourist attractions? No.
Honestly, not much. Hold on, let's have a look.
They have a football team?
Birmingham. They do have a football team. They've got, being in the Midlands, they've got about 17 football teams.
Oh, wow.
Let's have a look in Birmingham and see if there's anything of interest. I know the National Space Centre isn't too far from there in Leicester.
I feel like they have one of those everywhere.
Probably, yeah. The list of good places and things to do in Birmingham. Top of the list, recommended by TripAdvisor, is Birmingham back-to-backs, which are it's just a bunch of terraced houses that are now available as a guided tour, which feels a little bit like old houses. It's not even nice old houses. It's like the house that I live in, but take a tour of them.
I can do that at home, man.
Yeah, I'm doing that every day. Come on. Let's do better. What else have they got in Birmingham?
Do they do like ghost tours at Halloween time? Have you heard of those?
I imagine if you're a ghost, you've got the ability to go anywhere and you don't stay in Birmingham. just as a rule. Oh, there is this as well. They currently have rats the size of dogs because the bins haven't been collected in 4 weeks because of strikes.
They actually have strikes going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
The workers don't even want to work there. That's sad.
No. I don't think anyone wants to be there. The second top attraction is Cadbury's World, which is it's
chocolate?
It's just a chocolate making thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of fun. I would do that. But
They've
you can
got
do that other places, I feel
Yeah,
like.
you can do that all over the place,
Yeah.
which is, come on, do better. Then Sea Life Centre, but I've got one of those in Blackpool, and Blackpool is Blackpool.
Is that just like a big aquarium kind of thing?
Yeah, big aquarium.
That's fun.
And then 2 theatres / concert halls, and then a library. So that's where Birmingham's at. I wouldn't.
I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. Sounds okay.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of sad, a little bit of hopelessness, a little bit of depression, a little bit of Birmingham.
So you go there to die, basically.
Yeah.
Or your soul does.
you go there to give up is I think the way to approach Birmingham. I'm sorry, Birmingham. I didn't think this would. I think we're taking out some frustrations on you. I didn't mean to do that on purpose.
We're projecting.
Whoa.
But we're allowed to, okay? Listen. The fact that we're still second is a good thing. Okay? Who do we have up next? Do we have brighter days ahead?
Who are 23rd.
Okay. So that should be easy, right?
It should be easy.
Are we at home?
Swansea should have been easy. We're away.
Mm.
Swansea should have been easy. QPR and Portsmouth should have been easy.
Yeah. Maybe they're just taking the gas off the brakes a little because they're a little tired. And now they're going to go full on,
Taking the gas off the brakes?
Or no, foot off the... What am I saying? Foot off the gas. Sorry.
There we go.
I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I'm too caught up. Birmingham has gotten my head now, and I don't know what I'm saying.
Your brain has turned into the Birmingham streets and is just covered in trash.
It's on strike, yeah.
No Smoke Without Fire believes that Leeds won't beat Luton. We need Coventry to do a number on Burnley. Leeds are looking for favours now. We haven't been playing well for a while. Yeah, but we can pretend. Let's pretend that we're good again. I think because we also had the club's financial accounts come out a couple of days ago, and they showed something like a £60 million loss last year, which is quite a lot, and means that if we don't get promoted, we're going to have to sell a lot of players.
Oh no!
Which is maybe including our good friend Dan James.
No,
which I hope not.
Oh my god!
But he's only got a year on his contract, and it'd be really hard to. Yeah.
My heart can't take that right now. I'm sorry.
If he leaves, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just like, oh no.
I might protest. I might have to protest. No, I'm not one of those. Don't worry, guys.
I can just imagine you coming over, not for the charity match, but for I'm going to go nuts. We're going to burn this city to the ground until Dan James has to stay, which I don't know if that would help. It might do. If you burn down the roads in front of his house, he can't leave.
That's true. Okay.
I mean, all we're saying is, if we don't get promoted, Dan James, we will be holding you hostage,
Yeah.
but in a
And his
friendly,
puppy.
charming way.
Yeah. We'll take his dog. He won't leave without his dog.
I wasn't going to
That
go
would
as
be
far as the
terrible.
dog.
No.
That was.
He can play with my dog. They can be best friends in the meantime. It's fine. We'll take good care of him. It's all good.
Okay, so we're indoctrinating the dog, and we're
Yeah.
using the dog as leverage over Dan James to
Yeah.
say that, look, your dog has a friend here now. You don't want to leave the dog without a friend.
Exactly. He'll be sad.
He will.
Oh boy. This is where we're at right now, guys. This is crazy.
We're at the point of genuinely having to consider taking players' dogs hostage.
Or burning their streets so they can't leave.
Or burning their streets to the ground so they can't leave.
Is that even possible? Can we do that?
Don't know, because that sounds like you're actually considering it now. Don't actually be considering it.
I'm not. No. I'm just wondering, like, can streets catch on fire? Is that a thing? Aren't they made of stuff that makes them not catch on fire?
They can melt.
That's true.
So if you just like melt a dozen potholes into it, then he might not be able to drive out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just trapped. That'd be great. Oh, I just want things to make sense.
I just noticed your jersey, by the way. This is a nice one.
Oh, the nice purple one?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. It's one of my favorites. It was from the season where we nearly got relegated but didn't and got away with it. And then the next season we got relegated anyway.
Oh.
So that was fine. No, that was good. This shirt this shirt has good memories. Fun fact, the season before last, the kits were so bad that I didn't get any of them that season.
Oh. And you get one every season normally?
Typically, yeah, because normally I quite like at the very least the away shirt or the home shirt or something. I will like something most seasons. No, that was the season of the blue cheese spunky dick kit, which you will hear those words and you'll think, what are you talking about?
I'm literally like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I am going to have to show you because this is horrible. I'm doing pretty good. Whilst I bring up the thing, are you doing good, Crystal?
Yeah. I think he thinks that we're crazy right now, though, with everything we're talking about. He's like, are you guys okay? What's going on up there? Yeah, I'm doing great. This is a fun time. I got my dog here. Do you guys see him?
I don't know.
He's laying down. Rexy, come here. Yeah, he's snoozing.
Okay, I have found it. So, this kit is a kit that I initially showed to a friend, and I was like, there is a reason I'm calling this the blue cheese spunky dick kit. Which, as a combination of words, is admittedly a bit weird. So I'm gonna
Did you coin this phrase, by the way, or is this something that's out there?
I think it was already out there.
Okay.
But the kit looks like this.
Oh.
So it looks a bit like blue cheese, right?
Yeah, for sure. I see the blue cheese.
Okay. The rest of the phrase, you will see in a moment. So I'm just going to have to share a different bit of screen. 1 second. Share screen, window, snipping tool. There we go. So we've got the kit.
Come. Hey, my guy. Oof.
It's a penis.
Oh my god.
It's just a dong.
Okay, yeah. I see it now. I didn't see it, but take it away. I probably will see it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it to the other screen again. Just yep.
Okay, I see it now. That's okay. You didn't want to have that? You don't want to keep that legacy alive?
No, I'm relatively against the legacy of Spunky Dick.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, aren't we all legacy of Spunky Dick? But in this specific sense.
Oh,
not
this show's been
particular,
outrageous.
not particularly tempted to tie it to the club for the long term. What's going on today? Okay, there is a long list of one. I'm very tired, man. I have put a baffling amount of time into doing the charity match organizing bits, which
But
means
it's
that
paying off. It looks incredible, by the way.
I'm glad.
The draft
But
was awesome.
it's not. We're not there yet, so
Oh.
I'm going to keep on going. And the general sense of devastation in my head means that, you know what, sometimes a weird stream is necessary, because otherwise you just go insane,
Yeah.
because it's a stupid football team.
I
God.
like this stupid football team. You know what? I feel like if we were just kicking ass the whole year and like sitting at the top real pretty, like what's the fun in that? You don't feel any emotions. You don't feel nothing. You're just like, yeah, we're winning. You get too confident. You get a little too cocky. But like when you feel a little bit of pain in there, when you do get up, it's that much sweeter, right? So that's what's happening. They're just making us feel a little more. That's all. You're gonna rebuttal. I can feel this. This is
Yeah,
not a side I've seen of you.
I'm trying to find a way to phrase this. You could use a similar argument for, no, you see, small child, it wasn't being tortured horribly in a basement for the first 17 years of your life, because you've come out into the sunlight now. Because now you can feel joy. You have to feel the downs to feel the ups. It's like,
Are we
could have
I
been
think
so
we're
good.
exaggerating a little bit here. Oh
Maybe a
boy.
little bit. Maybe a
Yeah.
little bit for dramatic effect. But at the same time, oh,
Remember when we were talking about how I think it was the last stream, we're like, oh, when would be the time that like which game would it be that like we know that we've solidified going up? And now we're not in that at all right now. We are like fighting to stay alive.
now we are in a bit. Let's have a look at the calendar. I mean, we're looking at the same games. We're looking at the same matches. We're looking at Stoke or Bristol, I think, if it happens before the last day.
Yeah.
But now it's very much in the territory of it could just be the last day.
Oh.
Which is not fun, because I don't want to do a last day of the season thing again. I can't do that. We've been a little bit too good at that. I think the last 3 consecutive seasons
Have been
we've
that.
needed a result on the last day of the season, and for the last 2 of those we've not had it.
Okay.
Which is fun. It's good fun. Sign of Nature's feeling positive. He's saying that we'll be champs by goal difference, but at least that's champions.
Is that possible, by the way?
Yes.
How does that work?
So
Explain.
we've got quite a good goal difference. Our goal difference at the moment, I should have pulled up the table. Standings. Okay, so currently we have a goal difference of 51, which is
that's
very
a lot.
good.
Yeah.
Sheffield United have 27. Burnley behind us have 42.
Okay.
Which means that Burnley are gradually sort of making up that ground.
They've only allowed 11 goals. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Holy. So goalie is standing on his head all the time.
Yeah, I was having a joke with our Norwich supporting co-worker the other day, because they have to play Norwich still. And I basically said to him, look, in theory you guys could do with a result, but if you could be so kind, are you sure you couldn't just like break their goalkeeper a little bit for me? Just do a little bit of physical damage, keep him out for the rest of the season?
We don't want to win that way, Joe. Okay. I know where you're going with this, but no. Injuries, we never wish injuries upon players. We want them to be their full strength. You know what we need? We just need him to like lose his superpowers and just not be so great anymore. You know? Does he have a girlfriend? We should start like a controversy. Maybe she's cheating on him. Like, I don't know. Something's going on that messes with his head.
You can't tell me that it's not fair to do physical harm and then say, let's do psychological harm instead. That's just a different form of
like an
violence.
April Fool's joke. It's fine. It's not real. We're not it'll fade eventually.
I think what we need to do is we need to get JT, who is a fellow Leeds United YouTuber, who is a bafflingly attractive man, and we got to get him to go to Burnley, and we got to get him to find James Trafford's girlfriend, and we got to get him to cause some shenanigans, and that way, we guarantee it. And
yeah, stir things up.
what happens
Goalie needs to be distracted a little bit,
yeah. And I'm not saying that I want James Trafford to be injured, but if he happened to start tap dancing in a minefield, I wouldn't necessarily complain.
I'm actually so shook at how well that guy's been playing. Like, to only see 11 goals allowed, that's crazy. But on the flip, we've put a lot of goals in the net. So that's really good. We are goal scorers.
We score lots, but we are comfortably the top scorers in the league. Not in the past couple of weeks, but if we can sort of get that back as well, we're looking great. This is a good point as well. How about a precautionary concussion? One of those where we know they're okay, but the rule says he has to miss a game.
Ooh, there okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
A little bit of a bonk on the old concussy. Keep him out for a little bit.
Go through the protocol. Lovely. Yeah. He's fine, but he just needs to sit out a bit. Yeah. Okay. I like that vibe.
What match do we want him to miss? Miss the Coventry match and the Sheffield United match. No, it's not one game, is it? It's a week. Let's see when they have to play like 3 games in a week, and then we'll see if we can get it to happen then.
They have to do 3 games in a week?
They might have to. I'll have a look. Sheesh. Okay. So, I'm not advocating for anything, but if someone happens to find themselves in Burnley with a lead pipe, on the 5th of April, they play Coventry. On the 8th of April, they play Derby. And on the 11th, they play Norwich. 3 games, 6 days.
Dude, that's this weekend.
Time it right. He misses all 3.
Oh, boy.
That's all I'm saying.
Somebody's got to get over there pretty damn quick, though.
You've got 2 days.
Yeah.
To get your lead pipe out. To be clear, I am not advocating for violence, other than for comedic effect. I wasn't going to say other than with James Trafford. That was it was tempting to cross my mind. I decided against it. That would be a bad idea. But yeah, what I'm going to do is, because I can feel this one, I was going to say going off the rails. This one never saw the rails.
Fully derailed.
Absolutely. I'm going to take us over to Questions Corner. You guys in the chat, which is either that way or that way, depending on what sort of full screen you have us on, chuck some questions in our general direction, and it'll be great. Let's have a little bit of a natter. Oh, dear.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. How are you feeling about your team that you've been drafted to in the Creator Cup?
I am feeling pretty good. We've been... Fun little fact, right, that I didn't see coming. We did the draft, and everyone was like, cool, these are our teams now. And what immediately happened was, instead of everyone staying nice and chatty in the main group chat that I put together, is immediately both teams put together their own group chats, and everything went full tribal.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, right, okay, I didn't mean to do Lord of the Flies with the Leeds United community, but I seem to have...
Great pug.
I seem to have the conch, and we're going to have to get people... Oh, no. I can... Well, hold on. There was another message that I saw earlier, which was... In fact, this was a message to me. And I was having a nice little playful bit of banter with one of the players on the other team, and he said, roses smell like poo-poo. And I was like, cool, I'll come back in another equally fun way. So peacocks, more like peacock, equal kind of vibe. And then his response to that... Absolutely. And his response to that was to send a GIF not even a GIF, a video from Kung Fu Panda, a peacock pulling out a knife. So I've already been threatened with knife crime as a result of these teams,
There's
which
a
is
lot of
good.
violence in the world right now. What's going
Yeah,
on?
it's great.
Oh boy.
You don't get to say, okay, question, and then not have a question.
This is
That's
like when
not how that
someone's like,
works, Shane.
when they send you a message and they're like, "Hey, you around?" And you're like, "Yeah." And then they don't respond back to you till the next day. And you're like, "Okay, were you around?" Like, come on, Shane,
And
get your
that's when they
shit
get back to you
together.
and just like, no, I was just asking. I was just curious. Joe, take two. I will reach out at some point. You informed me of this guy's existence 16 hours ago, Andy. I've not had the time. I've been asleep. That
I
was a
think I
fun
saw this
hiccup.
comment on the YouTube. Yeah.
I've been asleep. I've been working. And
Andy's
in
just
addition to that,
doing
we've got a
God's
list
work.
of various reserve players. Update on the squads and stuff, by the way. We've had at least 2 people definitely drop out since the draft because of injuries and stuff like that. But we're
Oh,
going through our reserve list and making sure the teams are still balanced and everything, so it should be fine. What's the 49ers player equivalent to Melier?
100% Jake Moody. I don't know how this guy's still on our team. He's our kicker. So actually, I don't know. Fun fact, Luke. Kyle Shanahan is at the general or the league annual meeting that goes on. It was in Florida this past week. So all the head coaches of the NFL teams are around talking about everything you need to know about either the offseason moves that have happened or the offseason moves that haven't happened for some teams, and then looking at the season ahead. We got rid of a lot of our players because our cap space. Remember, I was trying to explain this to you. Even I'm still kind of lost in the sauce with it. But we're going to pay Brock Purdy, our quarterback, quite a bit of money. So we didn't have a lot of money to pay our other players. And we lost players like Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga. Like a lot of our defensive core players, gone. They're gone. Sad. We almost got rid of Kyle Juszczyk, who's my favorite guy. He came back. Thank God. But Jake Moody is our kicker. And we've lost games straight up because he missed a field goal. And that's their one job. Like they should never miss a kick. And they're bringing in, this is what Kyle Shanahan said, they're bringing in a veteran kicker to have a competition with Jake Moody. And if the veteran kicker plays better than Jake Moody's gone. So we might be good. I don't want this man on my team anymore. I'm sorry. I know that's kind of rude, but he's terrible. He's not a great kicker. We wasted a 3rd round pick on this guy in the draft like 2 years ago. And then this is the season that we've had with him. It's been terrible. Horrible. So yes, I'd say it's the equivalent.
I was doing my best to watch every 49ers match that I could last season, and God, it was a miserable time to have as a first season.
Did he ruin it for you? He probably was the reason you didn't enjoy it. He lost like 4 games back to back to back.
I will be honest with you. There were a couple of points. Like I find it really hard to keep track of who is who on an NFL team because instead of 11 players, there's about 7,000.
It's 52.
52,000. Sorry about that.
Maybe it's 53.
I know 52,000.
No, I think it's 53. I messed up. I want to say it's 53.
53,000?
No,
wow.
Yeah, exactly.
But throughout the entire time, I was like, this guy really can't kick a ball, can he? Why is he doing that? Like, I didn't know the name of the guy, but I was like, he's really not good at doing this, is he?
Mm.
But here we are with a non-playoffs finish, and similarly, we might be having a playoffs finish, which isn't really what you want, but we'll find out, won't we?
No, it'll be a non-playoffs finish, but better. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we're up, not the same as us.
The good thing is it can't be worse. We can't be below the playoffs. Like, mathematically, we have the playoffs at least secured.
Okay, that's good.
I say that as if, like, another 3 matches of, like, stress isn't one of the worst options possible. But I just hope everything's okay. Are Leeds well supported in the US compared to top PL teams? I feel like you might not be able to answer this because you live in Italy and are, in fact, Canadian.
Yeah, I'm not a US citizen, my guy. We're not putting that tag on me. So I don't know. I want to say that there's probably some groups. I think there's a few people who followed me on Twitter recently that are Leeds supporters from the US, I want to say. I've been seeing some more Leeds supporters follow me, which is kind of cool. I'm like, okay, fun.
That's nice.
But yeah, I would say they have some groups. I don't know how big it is, though. I have no idea.
Okay,
In
fair
Italy,
enough.
I have not seen any Leeds supporters. We're like Milan here, yay, Forza Milan. Sorry.
This is what happens when Leeds aren't playing well. Yeah, yeah. It's basically Leeds' performance is sort of a like circle Venn diagram with how sane these streams are going to be. So if we lose 4-0 to Luton, next week's going to be wild. You guys are going to love it.
Is
49ers
Newton
are
not a good one? Oh no, Luton. Which one did you say?
Luton.
Oh, Luton. Yeah, I flew in there once. That was a weird place.
It's London, but not. I had someone
Yeah.
like as a rule, being northern, anything that is like south of Birmingham starts to become some form of London.
Okay.
So anyone that says that Luton isn't London is lying to you, and it's all a big conspiracy. Are the 49ers a budget setup? I don't know what this means.
I don't really understand the way you've worded that, but are we asking like if they are doing well with their budget or do they save money because of not paying certain players? I don't really know what you mean, but I think they're trying to figure things out because if they're going to pay Brock Purdy, it's going to be quite a bit of money each year. And our cap space is already, we have the, I think, highest in the NFL right now. We're paying our players too much, or we have in the past. Some players that have left the team, we've still owed them money because of the way their contracts were set up. So I would say we're not doing so great with the spending. I think that like our owners are taking quite a bit of flack right now for that shit. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say they're set up. I'd say they're trying to dig themselves out of the hole right now, if that makes sense.
And we may be in a similar hole if we don't go up.
Yeah.
Luton is in Bedfordshire, not London. This is a Londoner take. You southern propagandist. How dare you? There's no difference. It's all one big conglomerate of London. It's the same thing. I know, it's fine. But if your airport is called London Luton, I'm going to call it London. Because if you're trying to trick people into thinking that you're London, you get the name. Like if someone tells you who they are, you listen to them. You know, it's a deep lesson for life.
True.
What is also a deep lesson for life is like the stream if you've not yet. Yeah, and also subscribe. That
Sneaky little segues are good, man.
Thank you.
You
That
do
was
that
the
well.
least smooth one I've ever done. It's great. If Leeds go to the playoffs, win or lose, Farker is gone. Agree.
Okay, there's a lot of chat
know.
about him going. Is this like a consensus here that everybody wants him out? How do you feel? Do you want him out?
The way that I've always looked at it, and the way that I think, importantly, not fans, the opposite of fans, potential future managers will look at it is, if we get promoted, regardless, I think we have to keep him, because any future head coach that we might potentially sign would then be approached by Leeds, go, okay, why did the last guy leave? Because he succeeded in doing his job. Would probably not want to sign with us because the job security is effectively zero. Because if you've done the thing successfully and then you get sacked anyway,
fair.
If you're someone new, you're going to look at that and go, absolutely not. No, I would quite like a job where I feel a little bit more stable.
Yep.
So I've always been on the side of, if we get promoted, give him at least like 8 to 10 games next season and then see where we are.
Right.
But the performances have been on the downslide recently, which is a reason why a few people are like, we could just get rid at the end of the season or now. And it's led to this conversation sort of growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And basically, whenever the performances aren't good, this same chat happens again.
And then are you thinking that maybe some people, even if we get promoted, are wanting him out because they don't think he's got what it takes to do well in the Premier League?
Absolutely. Okay. So before he managed here, he managed at Norwich. At Norwich, he got very little like investment for various different clubs. And like he had very few like good players brought in. So obviously he got relegated. And then he got them promoted again the next season, and then he got relegated again. So it's sort of like we've seen that he can't do it when he's not got any money to do it with,
Right.
but that's something that we would be able to do. So I think people are fair enough in pointing out that in the past when he's been in the Premier League, it's not gone well. But at the same time, I don't think that's really representative of how we do here.
Okay.
So
Fair.
it's a bit of a complex one, I think.
Mm.
Especially when in recent years Bournemouth sacked I can't remember his name, but they brought in a guy called Iraola, and they are now a very, very, very good side. So people are looking at that as the example and going, if you get your next managerial signing right, it goes perfectly.
Mm. Okay, fair.
But you got to get the next one right in order to do that. So
Yeah.
it's a fun, complicated one. But I'm going to drag us back over to questions corner. I think one or two more because I have a little bit of a meeting at 1, which is fun.
Ooh.
Ooh, I know, mysterious things,
Yes.
which should be fun. Okay, I've just been asked if I can find some like 6-month-old data, which is going to be fun. So that's a job for after this, but that's going to be fine. But yeah, anyone got any questions? Chuck them in the chat. In the meantime, I am going to chuck the website for the Leeds Creator Cup in the chat, which is a charity match between all the Leeds United creators that I could possibly get my hands on to point in the right direction. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. Game of football broadcast on my YouTube channel. You can be there in person. We've already sold a bunch of tickets, so get them as soon as possible in order to make sure that you can definitely be there. And yeah, we'll see you there. It'll be a good fun time. And I really need to get a proper ad read sorted for this because I'm just sort of blundering my way through it.
Dude, you're doing a great job. Honestly, you're saying everything you need to say. You need to be yeah, an ad read is fine, but you need to be yourself. And I like that. I appreciate that you're just being yourself. That's better.
Another fun thing as well is even if we lose, 1 second.
Oh. He's being sneaky Joe today, guys.
Even
if you guys haven't gone to the website, go to the website because, ooh, look at that beautiful thing. The promo vid that he put together is almost as spectacular as that beautiful cup.
Wait, which promo vid did I put together?
The promo vid that's on the website.
It's so nice and shiny. I really want to win. I really want to win.
Does it have the place to put names and stuff on there?
It's got a little plaque at the bottom.
Okay, nice.
But I'm thinking if we're able to make it like an annual thing, because I know that I need to change the plaque anyway. Okay. Because I've got a thing with a sponsor to get it named. In fact, you know what I'm going to do?
Thought of a name yet?
I got a fun, exclusive little idea.
Ooh.
On this note, both of our respective weddings were in the past. So...
yes.
To be clear,
we just have good banter.
Two separate weddings to different people were in the past. But I'm going to do this as an exclusive reveal. It's not 100% certain yet because I'm talking with the sponsor about it. But the name that is floating in the ether at the moment that might be used is the Ronald Earnshaw Cup, because it's the name of my granddad who had prostate cancer, beat prostate cancer, and then passed away at a later point. So it's a sort of celebrating his victories kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think for a thing that is, because at the same time, he's one of the big reasons that I support Leeds. So I think as a big symbolic pulling everyone together for a game of football against prostate cancer, that it adds up. And
yeah, I love that.
And I'm hoping that it works out. And yeah, good.
Beautiful.
It may not be that in the end. It depends on what the sponsors say, and we're sorting that in the next couple of weeks. But basically I said, are we able to get this sorted relatively sharpish so I can start doing like advertising on the name and stuff like that? And their response was effectively, yeah, I think it genuinely could be called that,
Okay.
which
Good.
is nice.
Yeah. Oh.
But we've not got 100% confirmation yet, so I'm gonna say that that was a suggestion that was
Okay.
made,
Fair.
and then we'll work from there. But yeah, if anyone else has any questions that aren't when is the wedding, just let us know. We did have one more from. I'm going to try it. Nkata Magalefa. Leeds must wake up and do what is needed to finish top. 7 games to go. Can we collect 21 points? I don't think we collect 21, but I don't think we need to. I think other sides will also slip up. We've got Brentford. We've got Burnley and Sheffield United playing against each other.
Who do you think wins that one?
I don't know, to be honest. It's on the 21st, so there's a good amount of time before that match happens. I don't even know who I want to win that one yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we don't want, I don't know if I want Burnley, but also you don't want the top guy. I don't know. That's sticky.
I think we'll know who we want to win that once we are at the match before. Because if it's in a situation where if Sheffield United beat Burnley, we're in a comfortable enough spot to say, well, Sheffield United have beaten Burnley, we won earlier today, we're promoted. Fantastic.
Right.
Then that solves the entire problem. But if it's a case where both of the sides are still like neck and neck, then maybe a draw because that hurts both of them. I don't know.
Yeah, a little touch and go right now. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just a bit spooked because before this, was it the Swansea match? Yeah, before the Swansea match, we were, according to various like statistical models, we had a 97% chance of going up. That dropped to something like 76.
No, that's these models. They don't know anything, though, honestly. They modeled that the Niners were going to be Super Bowl winners last year, so they were wrong about a lot of things.
Yeah, but you can't model for Moody, and you can't model for Melier.
No.
Which, oh dear.
These damn M last names. That's what's the killer.
Yeah, M surnames.
Yeah.
You're not welcome. No, you are. Sorry about that. I've just realised we have an M surname in the chat.
No, we like you. Don't worry.
You're great. But it's all the other M surnames that we can get rid of. The team we want to drop points is whoever's behind us or closest to us if we are in third, I think is the best way of putting it.
Right.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream there. Anything to plug on your end, Crystal, or anything to sort of...
Nothing as of yet, but I'm working on a website, and when that website comes up, then I'll get you to plug that because I have to get my stuff popping again. And I was doing Substack for a bit. It wasn't cutting it. So I'm going to get like a proper site going up and I'm going to do some cool content, but that's a future situation. I might need your help, honestly, because I'm not very good at
If you don't have a person for website, I can put you in someone's direction because they're great and they're the person that's doing the Leeds Creator Cup site. I don't know if they'll do the same kind of thing, but
it's more for like me writing on it though. Does that happen? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Well, maybe get the contact info and then I'll go from there.
All good. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on the stream. It really, really helps the channel sort of keep on pushing. Same for subscribing. You could become a channel member for 99p a month. I do like early video releases for channel members and all that kind of stuff. In addition to super chats and things like that, all my channel revenue until the Leeds Creator Cup happens is going back into the Leeds Creator Cup, whether through donating to the charity itself or the organisational stuff. So that's all good. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you later.